Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the day 2 of the digital live painting event. Live on Adobe Live, we're from Paris. I'm Michael, and our first guest of the day is Kyle Webster. Hey Kyle.
Bonjour.
Bonjour à tous.
Hello everybody, thanks for coming and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. This is awesome.
Glad you're here.
So today we will continue what has been started just yesterday. You can access the replay of the first one episodes. Hey Sonny, good to see you. Hi Kella. See some people in the chat. Hey Thomas, good to see you again. Thanks for coming back. So yesterday we introduced our friends to the Edvard Munch contest. So we will give you more details because we really want to encourage you to participate. Amazing prizes.
Yes.
And just to summarize, you see behind us, this is the original brush, one of the original brushes that Edvard Munch used to paint the Scream. Okay. So now we will try to, and we gave access actually to Kyle to these brushes, so he could digitalize these brushes. And he made Photoshop brushes. Super advanced. We will talk about them today again.
Sure.
And you can access and download these brushes for free. And we invite you to create your own version of the screen, but we will give you more details.
Yes.
And yesterday, let me share your screen, Kyle.
Sure. See where we are here.
Here we go. Yesterday we had this crazy idea. We said, okay, we are in Paris. We're talking about Edvard Munch. Why not doing a new version of the Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
Using Edvard Munch's style.
Yes, and that is, so far it has been working pretty well. I think we're succeeding, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're the only ones who are going to judge that because there are two of us sitting here. We can say we're doing a good job, and I think we're doing well. And I looked at it again. By the way, this is where we arrived at the end of the stream, for those of you who weren't here yesterday. And we did a sort of what I would call an underpainting, so to speak, a monochromatic lay-in of what we want to do. And today we're going to move forward and hopefully get to a point where it's just about done, I think, right? With some color.
Yeah.
See how we go. And I was looking at it just as I sat down again. And yesterday I said, it's good to step away from your stuff. And then when you come back, to look at it with fresh eyes. So I looked at it and I realized that, I wasn't really painting these bridge bars or whatever they are.
Okay.
Really that straight. And I didn't think it mattered that much at first, but then I looked at the painting by Munch, and it really, he did take care of that. So,
okay.
So I think I'll just correct that a little bit. So what I've done here is, on a separate layer, I've just drawn some lines that are straight. So they're going to help me as a guide, and I can knock that opacity back to 50%, so I can just see through them on this layer. So again, I'm gonna fix that.
And if you are joining today, Kyle started from scratch yesterday. He started with demonstration of the brushes. So if you go on adobelive.com, there is a contest tab on the right. And if you enter the contest, it will jump you to a web page with a link to download the brushes. Okay, 7 brushes that you created.
Yes, 7.
Including super advanced one. They work in Photoshop. A small set of these brushes also work in Photoshop Sketch on the iPad and Android tablets.
4 of them do, yes.
Yeah, 4
correct.
of them. So that's you can watch the replay if you want to understand how to install and how to use the brushes.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about today,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think we did a good job covering yesterday what makes them unique and what makes them special. In fact, this entire piece that you're seeing here, let me just zoom in for a second here, you'll see has a lot of it has a painterly feel to it, lots of texture from the canvas coming through, lots of what seemingly is like blending of the paint and all these other things, but all of that is done with just one brush, from the sketch all the way through to where we are now. And this is, by the way, if you're wondering which of those brushes, it is the Munch Filbert brush right here.
Yes.
Okay. And
So this is one of the free brushes.
Absolutely, it's totally free, and it's one of the ones that works perfectly well on Sketch.
I will put the link in the chat for friends. So make sure. Okay, get the brushes, the free brushes on this page. Okay, let us know in the chat who already downloaded the brushes and who already tried, to paint something.
Yeah.
And maybe who tried to reproduce the Edvard Munch style.
And what's the hashtag again for?
Yeah, so we invite you to share what you paint. Maybe just a small sketch. You don't have to share with us the final masterpiece that you want to submit to as an entry of the contest. But if you want to share what you are working on, using the brushes or just a quick doodle, a quick sketch, share it on Twitter, adding the hashtag Adobe Live, one word, okay? Hashtag Adobe Live, and we will be happy to review some of your artworks during this show.
That was really fun yesterday when some people, while we were doing the stream, were posting some of the things they were painting, and it was so cool to see, just even in a really short amount of time, how people were very quickly adapting to using the brushes and then making...
Just in a few minutes, we received amazing things.
Very cool.
There was H2B2 in the chat who said that he tried the brushes and they are so good. Okay, thanks for the feedback.
That's very nice to hear. Thank you.
Image is first saying, could you select the lines and then invert the selection to make sure you stay in the lines so it's perfectly straight?
Yeah, I suppose, but I'm just I'm really just using them as a guide right now. I'm not going to make it perfect because
and there is a line tool in Photoshop.
There is, yeah. So. If you look here at the painting, you'll notice that, I mean, you can see this is definitely him doing his best to just kind of paint it along, not worrying too much about it being absolutely perfectly straight. I just wanted mine to line up a little better than they did. So now I'm a little happier with that. That looks a little better.
Ryan Hunter is asking you, Kyle, have you ever drawn anyone famous like Gary Busey or Captain Ron?
Listen, I'd love to draw Captain Ron because Captain Ron, you don't know this guy, but Captain Ron is a character and is a near and dear friend of mine. And Ryan Hunter is a near and dear friend of mine who lives in London right now.
Guess so.
And I want to tell you something. He's a new daddy, so I want to say congratulations again. Yeah. Kisses to Evelina. And so...
Congratulations, Ryan.
Shout out to the Smitty crew as well. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are the best. Watching. Love all around. But, you know, if I were to draw Captain Ron, that would probably take a little too long because the story of Captain Ron is so epic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right, so let's see how we can make this start to transition to color. And I've talked about this in the past, but what I like to do is try and sort of mix colors like on a palette.
Okay. There was a question maybe for you just
another one. Let's hear it.
By TJ. How do you make the color lighter and darker so quickly? So maybe you can explain your process.
Oh, very simple. Very simple, TJ. What you're doing is while you're painting, and I already have all these other colors now. I have a lot of color on here, right? Or a lot of values, I should say.
Okay.
And all I'm doing is holding down the Option key.
Option.
And holding down the Option key. Yeah. Option on a Mac, Alt on a PC. And that pulls up temporarily my color picker.
The color picker.
And you can see that as I hold it down and move around my image.
This is how you select the light or dark value.
Any color that's already there. Any pixel that is on this image can be selected and used as the color that you then paint with. So if I let go, now I've got that color right here. If I come over here and sample that color, I got that color.
Okay, so you keep one hand on the Alt key and the other one to draw.
Yeah, I'm a keyboard shortcut nut. I love having my hand on the keyboard at all times, ready to use the Alt key, the space bar, because that helps me move my image around.
Canvas. Okay.
Yeah. And then also because I'm a lefty, I've got my right hand on the keyboard and I've got my ring finger on the space bar. Mm-hmm. My middle finger is on the command key.
Or control.
Right, on the PC. Would it be right there? Yeah, I think so. Control. And what that allows me to do also then is zoom in, zoom out. Because I hold down the space bar and the command key, zoom in, and then I hold down the Option key with the space bar and zoom out.
I see. And
really that's kind of all I need to quickly paint and not have to go around changing my tools, going over to my tool bar, or I like to be able to just have one hand on the keyboard, one hand on the stylus, and go. And that's what you can do. So I hope that answers your question. I hope we understood what the question was. I just spent a long time answering maybe the wrong thing. But
I think
that was it.
I think you answered.
All right. So.
Oh, TJ, he says that's really clever. So.
I guess you answered it correctly. I think we got it. We got it. Good. Glad to help. All right. So, what I said yesterday is that you really want, as best as possible, to. Oh, you got a good question?
Someone's asking, how do you show the brushes within Photoshop? I downloaded them yet, but they are not showing up. Hello from New Jersey.
Not showing up.
Maybe Jimmy. So if you look at the replay from yesterday, remember that he used the tool presets, right, to import brushes, but also he had to check and uncheck some boxes to make sure he displays all the brushes. So I invite you really to watch the replay from yesterday. It's available on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. It's available on Adobe Live. On the right, there is a replays tab now, and it's really in the first minute, like after maybe 8 minutes after the introduction, you will see how Kyle imports and displays all the brushes.
It's quite simple to do. Yeah, once you've done it once, you're good to go. You'll be able to do it every time. It's not complicated, not to worry. But yeah, I guess for the sake of not repeating it too many times, we'll just direct you to the replay. It's great that all of these are archived too, because sometimes what I'll do is if I'm working on something in the background, I'll sometimes just put an old stream up. I'll go to the Creative Cloud channel on YouTube and replay something from months ago that I meant to catch and didn't.
Awesome.
And so it's great that we have that archive there. And I've just learned about a lot of artists that way who I just never knew about before. The thing is, I love that Adobe is a global... This streaming thing is global.
Yeah.
So you get talent and people coming from all over the world. And so being that I'm in the States, there are a lot of artists that I'm familiar with who are American, but I don't know a lot of artists who are outside the US. So I get introduced to their work via these streams, which is really neat.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so I said yesterday that I thought I'd probably, with this painting, paint directly over this layer.
Yeah.
And I've changed my mind.
Okay, awesome.
And
let's do something different.
That's the beautiful thing about working like this digitally. You can just change your mind.
Oh, and Natalie, thanks for joining today. So she's asking about the equipment.
Oh, okay.
So it's fairly easy. Today we're working on a Mac, obviously, a Mac Pro. And what you see here is a Wacom Cintiq. So maybe you can show it here. It's a Wacom Cintiq 22 HD.
Very nice piece of hardware.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the Cintiq, it's like a classic Wacom tablet. The exception is that you directly paint on the screen. It's a touch screen, so it's really a must, you know.
These are super pro machines, and I will say that they are expensive. I mean, you know, relatively speaking. But I will also say that if you are interested in getting one and you're looking for a way to save a little money, what I have done in the past is I have bought refurbished Cintiqs.
Oh.
So I bought them used, and I have never had a problem with them. My Cintiq 22 HD is now, I think, 3 or 4 years old and works like a champ, and my 24 HD is now 5 years old, I think, if not maybe a little older, and still just humming along. Everything's great, and those were both bought as used models. So, you know, if you want to save a little money, check it out.
Yeah, good to know. Rob Generate is in the chat. Hey, Rob.
Oh, Robzilla.
I was live with you. I'll be live.
Cool. That guy can draw. Let me tell you what. He can draw, and he has cool project ideas. I did his workshop at Max, where we did a mixtape sort of thing. It was like you take a cassette tape.
Oh yeah.
And then with the ribbon of the tape, you make a portrait.
Yeah.
So that was a really fun idea. Thank you for that, Rob. If you guys don't know Rob's stuff, please check him out.
Yeah, Robzilla.
And he's a frequent streamer, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we're working on a new live stream, Rob. So I take the opportunity because you are in the chat.
Is it coming up?
Mobile illustration. Yeah, this is coming up maybe the second week of August.
Nice.
With a new generation of Make It on Mobile artists. But
excellent.
if there is Rob, I invite Rob.
Of course.
I need my Rob on the stream.
Gotta have Rob. All right.
Robert is asking, will the Munch brush set be converted to Illustrator?
I don't think that's really possible at this time, and I'll show you why. Because
different technologies.
If you, in Illustrator, the notion that you would be able to have canvas texture and use a very light stroke and let the texture of the canvas, the bumpy part of the canvas, be the only part of the surface that catches that paint.
Yeah.
How would you even do that? And the other thing is too, if you look at how the brush changes with tilt, I can get a fine line like this by tilting away from vertical with my stylus, or I can get a heavier, fatter line like this. There's just so much you can do with the Photoshop brush engine. It's truly amazing. That really is confined to a raster environment for now.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not an engineer or anything, I'm just guessing that that's not possible.
No. Oh, and if it is, it will just kill your CPU. So
that's a great point with all those pads. Holy cow.
GQ Caro, can you use these brushes to make animated GIF like a race car or a cartoon character? Yes, definitely.
I think you could maybe like some kind of Mickey Mouse or something. Sure.
Yeah, and this is something GQ that a lot of people are not aware that there is a timeline in Photoshop.
I've used it and I teach it.
Yeah.
Yes,
so there is a timeline,
Check
so
it
you
out.
can definitely create
Window.
animations in Photoshop.
There it is.
Here we go. And when you save for the web, in the file menu, save for the web, you say I want to export an animated GIF, and that's it.
Bingo. You have your option right here for if you want to do a frame-by-frame animation or video. And the video timeline, I'll tell you, even though this is not a stream about that subject,
it's using
is
the layers,
fantastic.
Right? No,
Yeah.
how does it work?
Well, you can do. You can actually do tweening, and you can do.
You have a.
You can do real video animations. It's very much like a sort of condensed version of Premiere.
Yeah.
And I've used it for a couple of projects, and it saves a lot of time when you don't want to do frame by frame, or you have different layers and you need them to animate on top of one another.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
Exactly.
That's a perfect example. So yeah, the timeline is quite powerful. You can even, I believe, have at least one audio track. Maybe more now. I haven't looked recently. But
yeah, you're right. You can have an audio track.
Yeah.
And when you export a movie like MP4.
Yeah.
You can send it to a media encoder. Yeah, that's a good point.
So that's pretty advanced stuff.
Oh, I saw some amazing stuff. There was at the the Oscar? Yeah, I think the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
One of the animation was made with Photoshop.
No way.
Yeah. What was the name? Oh, I'm sure someone in the chat knows. Okay, what was the name of this short movie made with Photoshop?
I don't know.
I think the name of the artist is Valet, maybe Robert Valet. Cigarette something. Pure cider and cigarette. Okay, here we go.
Those of you who are into animation, just to throw a name out there, someone who I greatly admire, who is a Photoshop animator. He does almost everything exclusively in Photoshop. And we're talking stuff for MTV. We're talking for Nickelodeon. This guy's amazing. His name is Alex Grigg, Grigg, and he's absolutely fantastic. The stuff he does in Photoshop is bananas.
And he does tutorials. Photoshop animation techniques on Vimeo.
Boom, there you go.
Okay, I need to invite him.
Yeah, get in touch with that guy. I think he lives in Australia, but
so many animators in Australia. What's happening there?
I don't know.
Jazza.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, animation hub right there. All right, so I'm just noodling around with this. I think it's time to jump into some color, right? What I'm doing, to be honest, is I'm kind of getting warm again because I've been away from the computer for 24 hours. So
you want to see the movie I was talking about, made with Photoshop?
I do want to see it. Let's check it out.
So that's it, that's this kind of style.
Oh, that was all done in Photoshop, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
And playing with the timeline.
This is definitely video animation.
Just few effects with After Effects at the end, but like 90%, all the base, everything is in Photoshop.
I hope they use my brushes.
We can ask.
Sure, why not? That is super well done.
And it's made it to the Academy Awards. I don't think Robert won, but still.
Oh, come on, that's still a huge accomplishment. It's an honor just to be nominated, as they always say when they lose, right? Thank you, it's an honor just to be nominated, then they go home and cry. I shouldn't say that. All right, so,
in Create Magazine? Okay, what's happening in Create Magazine, Alexandre? You know Create Magazine, Kyle. This is the Adobe magazine.
Yes, of course.
I guess you have been featured several times.
A few. We did a cool little thing where we did a giveaway last year with Create.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 brushes.
Yeah, I remember this contest was cool. Brandon is asking what's happening with the brush. I see that you can tilt. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You can do this. You can do that.
And this is something you can do with, you don't need the Cintiq, like it starts with the Wacom Intuos Pro, I guess.
Intuos Pro will do it. Yeah, it responds to the rotation of my pen, the angle, how far away I tilt from vertical. I can do all kinds of stuff with this. Yeah. All with one tool.
Awesome.
And that's what we talked about yesterday, is just how nice it is to be able to use one tool to do only, to do a handful of things without having to switch all the time.
Your friend Ryan Hunter is very funny.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Is he
says,
getting
the
chatty?
come in adult size too. I would say.
Very funny, my
Very
friend.
funny.
Although, let's not forget, your nickname is Hobbit, so careful. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the video I've shown, Alexandre. Okay, good. Thank you.
Key? Who?
He was wondering, Alexandre, I saw this on Create Magazine. It was the video featured at the
Oh,
Academy
the
Award.
one you just showed.
So I guess they talked about it on Create Magazine.
Very nice.
Make sure to follow Create Magazine, create.adobe.com. A lot of articles, interviews,
Yes.
and inspirational content. It's really a must.
Let's look at the colors in this painting here. Now here's the great thing. I'm in Photoshop, right? So if I want to find out what that orange is in the sky, just hold down my Option key and sample the orange, okay? I can make a new layer here. I'm just going to call it palette. Sorry guys, I've got my keyboard around the corner here from it's hiding just behind the Cintiq. And I'm going to throw that orange down a little bit. There's that monk orange, okay? Zoom in a little bit, grab another one. Put that over there. Build ourselves a little palette directly from the painting itself. How simple is this? Is this cheating?
No,
Why? No, we're just using the technology that's...
just saving time.
That's what it is, right? Look at this. So easy.
Awesome.
Boom, boom, boom. We'll keep those over there in that area. Anything that's kind of...
The Mona Lisa. That's a good one. We were looking for a title yesterday.
Oh, that's the best
The
so far.
Mona Lisa is the best so far.
Absolutely.
Omnicubed.
I think that
Yeah.
might be the one.
That might be the final title.
Who suggested that one?
Omnicubed.
Well done.
Yeah, very good.
Very, very good. I like that. I think that's the one. Hey, nobody came up with that. That's really good.
That's very good.
All right, move my palette over here. Yeah, so we got some sky colors there. There's a little bit of blue peeking through. It's quite vivid, isn't it? Bluish green kind of color there. I'm gonna just put that over here. And I'm gonna zoom in really close.
As you
Grab
grab
another
some
one.
colors, let me explain again what is the contest that is going on.
This contest is incredible.
So we had, for instance, Ryan Ford. I know he's in the chat. I saw him. He's from Canada, but he's already awake. And he experimented with your brushes yesterday, trying to redo the screen. You know, like it's a good start. You know?
I remember.
Yeah.
I saw that on Twitter. Mhm.
Yeah. So and this is exactly what we want you to do. So if you visit adobelive.com, there is a contest tab on the right, and you will jump to this page where you discover the original brushes that were used by Edvard Munch to paint the screen. And he gave, before he died, he gave the brushes to a museum in Oslo, and we had access to the brushes with scientists, and they shared the results with Kyle, who was kind enough to digitalize these brushes for you. And now you can download these brushes for free here and use them in Photoshop to reproduce the style of this master. Also, Kyle recorded 4 tutorials explaining how to install, how to use the brushes, how to use Adobe Stock to give it a vintage look, you know.
Yeah, the texture overlay.
And then there is a contest. So you really have time because you can submit your painting. You have more than 3 weeks because until July 14th. And the goal is to really reinterpret the screen in 2017, but still with some references to the original painting and look. You know, we were talking yesterday about someone screaming, the bridge, the crazy sky, but you can really express yourself. And
not a literal copy, right?
Yeah, you can reinterpret, and then the winner will get 6,000 euros, a ticket to Adobe Max in Las Vegas, Creative Cloud and Adobe Stock subscriptions, and also the final artwork will be displayed next to the original painting of the screen.
Correct.
In the Munch Museum in Oslo, and we will pay for you the travel so you can take a selfie with your painting, and it will be
amazing.
Really amazing. And that's really maybe the biggest contest we ever had at Adobe.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't wait to see what you will be creating. Kyle and I were in the jury.
We are.
Yeah, so
we're very harsh
super
judges.
excited.
Very harsh.
So be nice.
We're mean, aren't we? Terrible judges, aren't we?
Be nice with us.
When we judge the paintings, we like to also include comments. You know, they're very nasty comments.
Very nasty.
No,
Very
I'm just
mean.
kidding. We're extremely kind people. and we love to see the work. It's really fun to see how many different takes there are on one image, you know, and what that launching off point is.
And the creative directions.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. And if you want to do like Ryan and share what you're working on, just a sketch using the brushes, use Twitter and add this hashtag, okay? Adobe Live. And then we will show some of your drawings during the stream. Okay, so that's exciting. Very cool contest.
Correct. Let me explain what I'm going to do here for a minute. I am going to take some of these colors that I've sampled from the monk painting, and I'm going to mix some of them together to create maybe some of these browns and some of the more neutral colors, so that they are derived from, you know, our palette, and they're not totally just picked out of thin air.
Okay.
And just to also show people how that's possible, how it's possible to make color by mixing. So what I'll do first is I'm going to try and mix a sort of a neutrally kind of brown kind of color here. Okay. And I'll start with the orange.
Okay.
So I sample that and just come over here and put some of that down. Okay. And then I'm going to grab this green and lightly paint over that. Very lightly. Let me zoom in here for a second. Okay. And then a little more of the orange. I'm just using very light pressure. And then I'm going to sample the color here. See that?
Oh, yeah.
That gets made. Okay.
Yeah.
I can move that around so I get a nice neutral. And then that is my neutral. Okay, and so that color was made by mixing the orange and that green.
Yeah.
So rather than coming over to my color picker and just, you know, shooting in the dark and trying to find a color that works, it's better and you get more color harmony by mixing the colors that you have. And I'll try the same thing now with this orange and this deep sort of blue color. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, grab that deep blue, paint like this, and then sample that, and I get this. Okay, maybe take this and mix it with this a little bit, like that, and I get this. Okay, so this is a nice way to make the browns, okay, that are going to show up over here. And then to get more of maybe the gray kind of colors, might sample some orange, some of the blue, get that kind of a color there. So for these neutrals, but you know, of course, you can always take your lightest value too and mix with any of these to make a light version of that color. And you'll see that, you know, in this painting, nothing is, if you squint and look at it, but that's how I always figure out the values in something is I squint and look at a painting or a drawing or whatever it is I'm working on. If you squint and look at it, you'll notice that really there's only contrast between the darks and the midtones. There's not a lot of really super bright or highlights in the painting, okay? The probably lightest bit we have in the whole painting is right there. Okay, so I could put that down as a light bit. But see, it's pretty saturated, you know.
Yeah.
And that might pose a problem as we're painting. It might just sort of start to own the space it's in. So, you know, I could desaturate that by using the color picker. I could just slide over here, do something like that. Say, okay, that's my light value, you know. It's derived from what I found there because all I did was move to the left, right, horizontally in the color picker. But now I can take this color and I can mix it with any of these other colors to make a lighter color. So I can grab this, say for this sort of greenish brown color here, just come over here, right? Maybe a little lighter. And I'll get that, you know? So this is how I can get some values that are different, but all derived from the same hues. What I'm looking for is I don't want the painting to be colorful in a way that it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Also, I just noticed something. The shape here, I think it needs to come back up like this, and then shoot up more vertically, like that. Because if you look at her
it's true.
hair,
It's
you know,
like
I don't want that
perfect curve.
Yeah. Don't want that to be so. Okay, like that, and then I can smooth that out a little bit. I run the risk of her looking like she's been using too many weights and really working out those deltoids, and yeah, that's a little better. As you see things, just jump around and fix them. I'll come back to my palette layer now, And we can lighten up, for example, this blue color here. Zoom in on that, you can see what I do here. And that gives me this nice gray. That's really nice, I like that. Okay. All right, so for the sky, what's he done here? This might be a good opportunity to try some mixer brushes. If you look at this big orange and yellow path right here, this passage, excuse me, the colors are kind of blending and mixing together, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good time for us to try and do something similar in our painting with a mixer brush. And what I'll do is I'll take, this is our sketch, and I'm going to make a copy of it. Turn off the original. All right, and I'm gonna just make this about, I don't know, 15% opacity, super light, and change the mode of that layer to multiply. Okay, so now I'm gonna move it right up to the top. Now anything I paint underneath it, we should be able to still see. If I do this, for example, just really fast, I can still see it, right? My sketch is still there. I mean, I could bump that up a little more. We could leave it at like 20%. All right. I want it to be visible, but not super bright, okay? And now I'm going to make my canvas a little bigger because I want to have some space for the mixer brushes to work. And I'm going to make sure my background still has that same, oops, sorry about that. I want my background to have that same color as,
I'm not sure if the undo really worked.
There we go. But there we go. Okay. Now we're working all in the same space. All right, this gives me just a little more room. Come back to my palette. And we talked about this yesterday, how these work. I'm going to use the Filbert Dry Mixer. Click on that. Sample my orange here. Paint a little bit with that. And let's see, he's got this sort of yellowy color there. I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to gloss over here a little bit like that. Maybe a couple more streaks here, and maybe even a little bit, a touch of that lighter one like this. And if you're confused about what I'm doing, just hang on a second.
And James is asking, can you use also another artboard? Yeah, you can. Now you have an artboard in Photoshop.
Ooh, see what happened there?
You save the colors in the library. Yeah, sure, James. Library is good if you want to reuse the colors in several projects or share the colors with other designers. Otherwise, when you're just working on a piece, you know, it's good enough to just use your. I mean, especially here. I mean, you will see when he will start using the.
It's already happening. Yeah. So
mixer brush.
This is fun. Yeah. All right. So now we can do cool stuff like just come up here.
Hey, Gab Acosta, welcome back.
Stuff like that. Oh man,
so cool.
So fast and so easy.
And this mixer brush is also part of the free set, right?
It's just all part of it. It's right there. It's not even, yeah, this is available to everybody. It's all part of the set. Yeah, so this is fun. I mean, come on. How can you not enjoy doing stuff like this? And the other thing is, I hate to use this word, but it's easy, right? Nobody wants to say that making art is easy. But in this case, for the effect that we're going for, it's amazing how little effort is really required here for us to get what we want. So I'm gonna go back to my palette. That. Come back here. More of the same.
Hello, Cassis. Hello, Harry Bamelo. Hello, Script. Thanks for joining. This is the day 2 of this live stream about digital painting, and we're starting the day with Kyle, who created these amazing brushes based on Edvard Munch's original brushes, and now he's trying to paint the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, kind of, right?
Picture style of Munch and the famous painting, The Scream. So that's the Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa, I love that. I love that. And I'd forgotten already the name of the person who suggested that. It was
Orbit something. Yeah, it was very good.
Clever, and thank you for that really fun suggestion because I think it's really brilliant. Very cool.
Alejo is asking, why don't you just apply the paint over the painting in a different layer with a multiply, like blending options, such as overlay or multiply?
You mean with the actual brush mode or the layer mode?
Layer mode. Like.
You mean why don't I have my painting layer multiplied on top of the sketch?
Yeah, I think.
I think it's one way or the other. You can do however you want. You can have your sketch on top and have a lower opacity.
Yeah.
You can have your painting on top and set it to multiply. You do have to be aware, of course, that as soon as you turn off your background layer, all your colors are going to suddenly be brighter, right? I mean, the same applies for me here too. It's just that's why I want to keep the opacity really, really low. Low enough so that I can see, but not that it's going to really mess up my being able to see what my colors look like. But you can see, I mean, look how fast we're building this same kind of effect, right? It's really fun.
And Scrip's asking, yes, Scrip, so this is in the brush set, what you see, the mixer brush.
Absolutely.
When you combine colors, and instead of using the color picker to just select one color, it will select a sample.
Yeah.
A range of pixels, around the color picker, and this is using a mixer brush, which is super advanced.
Yeah, watch again. I have my brush, right? And it's as simple as this. I over here mixed myself a swatch, so to speak, of
this
color.
This is something you created.
And I'll do it again now because we've got this blue watery stuff, right? So I'll come back up here later, but just to show how it works, and I do need to add that water down there anyway for it to make sense, right? She's got water in the back too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We talked about that yesterday. What a nice coincidence. In fact, if you look, they line up along the horizon.
Yeah. Like the hills.
This proves that you and I are geniuses, Michael.
There is something.
Our idea was so smart that we didn't even know that it was that,
Maybe Munch was inspired by the Mona Lisa.
Of course.
Maybe it's a tribute to Mona Lisa.
Ah, we didn't even know that.
And she's scared. She lost her hair because she was scared.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It just went...
I'm not smiling anymore. Yeah.
She must have seen a shark. All right.
In Italy. Makes sense.
Yeah.
In Norway.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna grab this color, and I'm gonna let's say first I'm gonna take what I've painted over here, and I'm just gonna delete that. I don't need it. I don't need that. All right. Can't see what I'm doing. The keyboard is hidden. Here we go. Come back to my palette. Okay. Now, for the water, throw down some of this.
Let's do the water, and after I will show you a free reinterpretation of the screen made by someone in the chat.
Oh, was it funny?
By Divanaya. It's very free.
Very free.
Freedom of speech, freedom of painting, a lot of freedom.
A lot of freedom. Okay. Well, we like freedom. That's nice. All right, we got some of that. So see, I'm making this swatch that has a mixture of...
Okay, so this is something you paint, okay?
Yeah.
For the moment, it's really like classic Photoshop.
A little bit of the lighter kind of blue, and just blend that a little bit. Now watch, when I select color from right here, I'm going to hold down the Option key and click.
Okay.
Okay, now when I make a stroke, whoa, see?
That's the mixer brush.
There you go. It's selecting everything that's there, and then, yeah, so this is just too fun. All right, now, let's get some water going on there. I got this pattern here, so I'm going to, let's see, just go like this. In the back there. Oh, it's so easy. It's so fun. Make sure you rotate your brush. Vary the direction of the brush. And when I say brush, I mean your stylus, okay? I mean, let's be serious. I'm not really a brush, but boom.
So this is the freedom, using your brush.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn it this way. Oh, now that's cool.
Lots of freedom here.
Wow, I like it. I like it. Got some creative people in the audience here. I guess, another thing I'll do is I'll add that sort of landscapey, whatever that bit is there.
What's the name of this brush? What you're using?
This one is the Filbert Dry Mixer.
Dry Mixer.
The Filbert Dry Mixer. It is free.
It's free, yes. Let me put the link in the chat again.
And you think, Kyle, how could you be hiding these from us for so long, these mixer brushes? Not. I have been making them for years, but
yes.
Many people just don't notice them. Mixer brushes are so amazing. Stuff you can do.
Yeah, and you were showing that you can use them also for concept art.
Big time, yeah. Like
you were showing
foliage
Sebastian to create the foliage.
Yeah, we played around yesterday with the concept brushes that I made, just to show him some fun stuff you can do.
Ryan is asking, can you rotate the brush on older tablets like a bamboo?
Not bamboo.
So it will work, but you cannot do the tilt, right?
No, correct. You cannot do the tilt. You can do... So with bamboo, you can do...
Pressure. Pressure will work.
Pressure. You can't do... yeah, let me think. Yeah, so rotation and tilt will not work on bamboo. Now, if you're talking about competitors, I have no answer for you because I only work with Wacom stuff.
Now we know that there is the tilt on the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil.
Yeah,
there's a
very
tilt
well
in Photoshop Sketch.
Only the art brush has the right.
It used to be that the art brush had rotation exclusively as a but as you could hold it up like this and you could paint and do this while you painted. The thing is, you can do that with the Cintiq. It's just that the cursor itself will not visibly move. You won't see the cursor move, but your stroke will actually change direction, which is amazing. So if you are distracted by the cursor and noticing that it's not moving, what you can do is just put your cap locks key on, and when you're painting with your cap locks key on, the brush shape disappears, and what you'll see instead is a crosshair. So I can demonstrate that if I just hit cap locks. Where's the cap locks?
Yeah, that's the one.
See that?
Oh yeah.
Now I have a crosshair. So I keep track of what the rotation is just by in my head, kind of noticing what I'm doing, but
you don't see it.
I don't see the yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll turn that back off. Now I can see what I'm doing again.
Oh, okay.
All right. So back to our painting. Having fun here with all this mixer brush action. Get some more water down in there. Just take care of that. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking, not a lot of painting, but that's okay. We're still going to make a lot of progress because, as you can see, you can so quickly get these beautiful painterly passages in here, right? It's just so fun. All right, and that I'm going to cover over with what do you call it? Like a landscapey kind of bit anyway. Down there, like what we see in the monk painting, as well as in the Mona Lisa. And now up in the sky, let's play around with some other colors. I'm going to grab this sort of a lighter yellow and push that in there. And our sort of our super light color there, and then a little bit of our this and that. And just going to sample from there and see what that does. Let's see what that does. If I come over here, make the brush a little smaller. And I'm looking at, for reference, I'm looking at the monk painting. And I want to see, did I go light enough? No, I didn't. All right, so just come back to my palette. Add a little bit of a streak of lightness there. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And sample that. Come back to the background. See what we get now. Oh, yeah. There we go. A little lighter. Oh, and some of that yellow got mixed in there. That's cool. See this? Oh. Let's zoom in so you can... Let's zoom in so you can really see. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look how rich and painterly that is. And I'm not doing anything special, folks, okay? This is just, the brush is doing the work, okay? All I'm doing is I'll rotate, the brush, and I'll adjust how I'm, the angle of the stylus and so on, but otherwise it's just happening. It's kind of a bit too easy. Oh, and make sure you don't tell, this is super important, do not tell your clients about mixer brushes.
Yeah.
because
keep them for you.
yeah, they're going to say, well, I know you can do that so fast and so easy, so we're not going to pay you as much for that work. No. Don't let that happen.
Don't share this video with your customers.
Do not let them see it. No. It'll be the end of, yeah. Just don't do it. Alright, so I'm going to take what I had here. I'm just going to have
And then next year we will also only see campaigns in the street using the
and
mud
you'll see it
brushes.
everywhere.
People screaming, selling like perfumes.
That's funny.
So the mixer brushes, Thomas, no, they don't work in Adobe Sketch today.
As we said yesterday, that could change.
That could change.
We
I'm
hope.
pretty sure that the team is working on it, but not today.
I mean, I've met a few of the
Engineers.
Adobe engineers,
Yeah.
and you talk about smart people. Those are some smart people, and I think they can make cool stuff happen. So I'm gonna be holding out hope that we'll have some mixer brush action in Sketch someday.
Rhonda said that she got an iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil and she's using AstroPad. It's the way to convert your iPad Pro into the equivalent of a Cintiq.
It works quite well.
Yeah, you should try it. Let us know, Rhonda, if the tilt works and everything. Interesting to know.
Mm-hmm. Once I've got some paint down, I can sample from what I've already got there on the canvas to start doing some neat things too. I'm just grabbing from what's already there, and then painting. Try and bring some of this stuff together now. This. There we go. Oh, my students make so much fun of me because I'm always doing sound effects.
Sound effects, yeah.
I'm really trying to control myself, so I'm not doing it much here. But when I'm in front of the class, if I'm doing a drawing demonstration, for some reason when I'm drawing with charcoal, I think it's because it's so physical to be standing there with the paper and you're really hitting stuff. I take the pencil, and whenever I do something like this, I make a mark, I make sounds. And so I was not aware that I was doing it until they pointed it out to me and were making fun of me. So I guess I deserve it.
Which helps. I mean, that's good.
For
To have feedback on it.
Yeah, it's nice to know all the things that you do wrong.
It's like when you speak on stage, you tend to repeat always the same words, because of stress.
Yeah.
Until someone tells you, and then you can notice and work on it and anticipate.
Yep.
The sound effects is a good one.
Well,
there are some people, when they speak, but more when they are interviewed, they would do this kind of noises.
Yeah.
And this is not conscious, like just the stress,
Yep.
So
when I first started recording YouTube videos, my wife told me, she said, I watched a couple of your videos. She said, do you know that every several words you say, or this thing.
Classic one.
I said, no, that's terrible. And then I listened back. I said, oh, it's driving me nuts. And I really had to try and consciously avoid doing that.
Yeah.
But I still do it. Yeah.
It works. No, you don't do it here. That's good.
No, I'm because I'm thinking about it 24 hours a day, man. I'm just thinking, don't do that sound. So gross.
That's why you sleep so well. So tired at the end of the day.
Oh, I made a huge mistake. I streamed House of Cards, like the last 6 episods in a row.
Wow.
And then I couldn't sleep because I was so wired and excited about it. I was like, wow, that's an amazing show.
I love this show.
But oh man, I did not sleep that well last night, and I totally blame that show. So, Kevin Spacey, it's your fault.
Is it a new season? Or?
Yeah.
My.
Yeah.
You have told me.
Oh, you're in big trouble now. You're not going to sleep at all at night.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
I will be so tired next week.
Yeah, you're in serious trouble. I'm going to double click again on my
just catching up with jet lag, and boom, House of Cards. Come on.
I just double clicked on the
we have Marion. She
tool.
talks to herself when she paints.
Hey, that's fun. Are they good conversations?
Yeah.
Okay then. It's nice to have a conversation with yourself.
What are you talking about to yourself, Mario?
The weather.
Do you sing or just talk?
It's a beautiful day today. Oh wait, I shouldn't say that where we are because woof.
Wow.
If you're not in Paris right now, then you're lucky because
No, it's
not that Paris isn't a beautiful city, but holy cow.
wow. Yeah, so hot, and so they expect because of that pollution peak tomorrow.
Oh no.
So they will limit the cars.
Oh good. Well, at least they do something about it. That's
Yeah,
nice.
Like 50%. So it depends on your, what's the name, plate?
Number plate.
The plate, yeah.
Oh yeah. License plate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's odd or even, then you have the right to drive or not.
That's such a nice way to do it. Odd or even. You know,
It's easy.
it just makes sense.
Super easy.
What?
And the next day you invert.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense. It's missing from a lot of stuff in life. But that's a good policy. I like
Or you can drive and rent the electric cars or the electric scooters.
I know, and that's something I was extremely
Yeah.
impressed about when you told me and how you've been taking advantage of that. Very, very cool. I'm going to grab this neutral here that we made because to me it sort of kind of works for this landscape bit here. And I'm gonna paint some of that in there.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna come probably this way and swirl around that way. We'll see. Echoing what's happening in that monk painting.
And can you try like a mixer brush directly?
Oh, why didn't I think of that? My God. My God. Voila. Oh,
Just to see what it does. Just
check
for the
this
fun.
out. Oh, just come on,
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
yeah.
Ready? Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, hang on a minute, guys. I think that's it. Let's see what happens. I'll just try that. Okay, coming this way. This is working.
Beautiful.
This is working. You just saved me so much time.
Don't tell your customers.
No. See, you don't want to do that.
Well,
They're just gonna take advantage of you and your mixer brushes, your precious mixer brushes. In fact, don't even tell your friends. Keep it to yourself. When they see your stuff,
Don't even talk to yourself.
don't
This is
talk
for
to
you,
yourself
Mario.
about it. Yeah, because yourself might betray yourself.
Oh, Mario, okay, she wants to share. When I do something wrong, I curse myself. We talked about it, right?
Yeah. Wait, don't do that.
Don't do that.
My friend Vanessa, my dear voisine Vanessa, elle était à côté de moi pendant un an. I had the person who lived next to me when I was a student in France 20 years ago. I'm not old, don't worry. She recommended this really great book to me about how to observe what you're doing in life that might not be good, okay, bad habits, things like that, without judging yourself, as a sort of a life skill to be able to do that. So, and the name of the book escapes me, but maybe I can look it up for a minute. I have it in a message from her.
Good.
But merci Vanessa, chère voisine, for that, because it seems like a really great book. So yeah, don't curse yourself. That doesn't help. Be kind to yourself, right? Be kind. Michael really had a good idea here. What we did was we sampled directly from the painting to create this chunk right here, which I'm gonna sample that. I'm gonna look here and use my color picker this time, sample a lighter color, just like that. Just gonna pump it up. Or actually we have this right here,
Oh, yeah.
because that's a nice, I'm just gonna lay that in over here a little bit and then grab a chunk. Yeah, get that a little lighter. Because I see in the painting there's some streaks where it's a little lighter, you know?
Yeah.
And then I can come in and do that. The color picker's your friend. The option key, the alt key, take full advantage of these keyboard shortcuts because they really allow you to very quickly continue painting and not lose that rhythm and that flow that you get into. You don't want to have to constantly be changing tools or coming over to your toolbar. This interrupts that flow that you get into, you know, and yeah, I just don't like that. I like to keep things moving. I pulled a little bit of the orange from the sky down into there because it just felt like the right thing to do, you know? So that color is, and we sort of see that, don't we? Right there, in that section of the painting, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
some
like
of
the
that
sky
warmth.
reflecting.
Yeah. So that needs to happen. In fact, let's grab an even lighter area here.
Hey, Kathleen.
Who's
My
that?
favorite brushes. Kathleen illustrated. She's a Twitch streamer, digital painter.
Oh,
She's also an expert on the Adobe drawing mobile apps.
oh, cool.
Yeah, she's very good.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Uh-oh. What, am I getting more insults from my pal Ryan? Huh?
No, it's about me, so I won't repeat.
Uh-oh.
Marion would like to know the name of the book. Yeah, we will find the name, Marion. It's somewhere.
She
Yes.
gave me the name in French, but she said that it was originally written in English. So,
Awesome.
how about that? Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got going on there. Let me see where my sketch is here. Let's put that back up. Check it out. Okay. I've got room now to pull around this way, like this, because some of that's happening there in the monk painting. Do that. Just interrupt that for a minute. Trying to keep it interesting, you know? All right. We're spending a lot of time on this background, I think, because it's an
essential.
interesting component.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting part of the painting, isn't it? And I see now that I have an opportunity to do some
Oh
smaller
my god.
passages. Oh, did you see something cool?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I told him.
Look at that.
Him, her. I'm sorry. I think
I don't know.
the name on Instagram was different. I said, would you please post that today during the stream because it's so good.
This is using the brushes.
Yes, this is all with the monk brushes,
Wow.
and I saw that on
That's
Instagram.
hard. I don't know if you're in the chat. Let us know. This is incredible.
So good, right?
Wow.
And I think that it demonstrates really well that painterly look you get with the brushes when you know what you're doing, right? It's skilled painter right there. Pretty nifty. All right, now I'm gonna go a little lighter here. Let's try and mix this up. So up to this point, we have been painting with just the Filbert dry mixer, right? That's all we've been doing. But what we talked about yesterday is how you can also increase the wetness of the paint, right? And how much it mixes with the color that's already on the canvas. And I don't know if we'll even need to mess around with that here because I think the result we're getting is pretty neat already. But just as a demonstration, if I were to take the brush we're currently using and just come over here and increase the wetness to say 10%, okay? And then increase the mix to say 10%. What that means is 10% of the color that's already on the canvas is going to mix into every stroke that I make as I attack the canvas, okay? And then the wetness being 10% means if you go full to 100, it gets out of control and you just drag the paint all over the place. But I think this will be interesting. So now, I'll just sample that blue. What should happen is, in theory, if I pull some of that blue over here up into the orange, we should see a sort of a mixing effect, like so.
There we go.
See that?
Yeah.
Like wet paint.
Nice.
Now look at that.
Yeah.
So that's a really lovely thing. So that's just for variety's sake, you know, if you want to not have the same sort of edge everywhere and have some softer edges in there, right? Why not?
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So that really just adds to that wet media effect. It's quite nice. Quite lovely. Loverly.
Oh, Kathleen favorite brush is deliciously dry. Yeah, I guess it's one
It's
of your
in the dry. It's in the dry media set as well as the mega pack. Yeah.
in the mega pack. Mega pack.
Thank you for saying that. Grab this. Come back up. So I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. I'm just leaving that setting now where it was with the
with the wet.
the wet. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just really fun. Why not?
We have a Sam Hogg. Hey, thanks for watching. Says great stream, Kai. I want you to say that your brushes have saved me so much time in my day job as a concept artist.
Wow. Well, that's very cool to hear.
Do you want to show the foliage? Yeah.
Oh, sure. Do you want to do that?
No, because yesterday we were talking with so Sam Hogg. Please make sure also to stay. Our next guest is Suzanne, and then we have Sebastian, who is also a concept artist. And yesterday we were talking with Sebastian about the mixer brush, and then Kai said, "Oh, are you aware that
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show
you
you.
can create some foliage like super easily, and that could be useful, you know?"
I think I hurt his feelings a little bit because he thought, man, I wasted a lot of time painting foliage.
That's true.
I'll just quickly do that. As a side note, we'll go to load.
Do you think it's
Yeah,
there?
we'll grab them. I know where they are. Here we go.
Okay.
Euro, Kyle. No, sorry. KyleBrush. No. I know where they are. I'm sorry. Here we go. Boom, boom. All right. And yeah, so basically we can do some quick. Is that showing up at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
a good example
but
where you can save time.
There are many of there are I think 10 or 12 of these.
Oh, okay.
So you can. Yeah, I mean the best thing that looks good, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
The best thing you can do is you start dark. So
Okay.
I should have done that. But you start really dark. Like let me get super dark here. And let's just do a new layer. So I could do super dark like that.
Okay.
Okay. Then go a little lighter. On top of that, so that you get the darks coming through. See?
Oh, yeah.
And then for your last bit, go on top of that with even a little, stuff like that. So you can just, hey, look, it's a tree.
Wow.
And that's one out of, many of them. So there you go, folks. If you're a concept artist, you need to do some quick foliage.
Here we go.
Ta-da!
That's
But
for
don't
you.
tell your
tell your customer.
clients, because they'll say, "I want 1,000 trees right now."
That's for you, Sam.
Right. Keep that to yourself. All right. I'm looking for the control key. Hang on. Sorry. I keep putting my head in Michael's path there. Okay. Back to what we were doing. I gotta navigate more brushes, but that's okay. Monk. Here we go. Filbert dry mixer. Get that back. Go back to our palette. Okay, and I think we just have to fill in a little section right here.
Okay.
And then we do have to do those little streaks of blue, those really pretty
Yes.
little bits right there. So why don't we make a cool, we'll do this, put a little blue over here. It's kind of more of a green, isn't it? But I sampled that directly from the image, so that's what we got. A little bit of blue on top of that, some more green on top of that.
And tomorrow, by the way, if you want more hacks, like design hacks, tomorrow we will show how you can use these brushes and a small set on an iPad Pro with Photoshop Sketch. So
That is
will show
correct.
us also how it
Yes.
works, how to import the brushes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We will demonstrate that. And let's see how far we get with this. We're going to take time to do that tomorrow, no matter what. But I don't know if we'll have time to do a full painting in the iPad.
Oh, maybe.
But we can definitely show how to load the brushes and how to use them.
Yes.
And what you'll find, happily, is that the functionality remains the same. for the 4 brush. Now, not again, mixer brushes.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
We'll see. Someday, maybe. Gonna hold out some hope for that. Grab some of that blue, and this time I am using my color picker. Use everything you've got available to you, right? I've got the color picker here. I'm gonna use it. This.
Scoop TV. So tomorrow Kyle will be live at the same time. Okay, so it's 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. New York time, 4 p.m. Paris time. So I don't know where you live, Squib. Maybe in London. I have no idea. Let us know where you live, and I will let you know at what time. If you go on adobelive.com, on the right there is a schedule tab, and it will automatically adapt the times to your time zone. And you can add actually each show to your calendar. There is an add to calendar button.
Correct. It's very convenient, I have to say. I like that feature.
Yeah.
All right, so let me turn off my sketch to see how we're going here. Cool. I see I see some darker bits in the sky, the oranges that are really kind of rich.
Intense, yeah.
So let's grab some of this.
Oh, that's the one. Yes.
And let's pull that in here. And like that. Ooh, delightful.
Squib, you're from India. Okay, so I won't play the conversion to before.
What is the time there now?
8, is it 8, 9 p.m. or? In India also they have different time zones, so it depends on which side of India.
All right, it's a massive country. That is a huge country.
Yeah.
So, what? The time zones must span what? 3 hours maybe?
I'm not sure, and there is a region where it's a half-hour difference.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Just a half hour.
I think so. Yeah, I remember.
Were you there recently?
Scheduling. I was there. When was it? 1 year. It was for not the previous Christmas, but the one before.
Okay.
In Goa region. So.
And where is that?
Goa is on the west side. It's below Bombay.
Uh-huh.
And it was like in December.
Yeah.
But you could be like outside on the beach, swimming in the sea, in the ocean. Like
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
I was in India when I was 7 years old.
7? Wow.
And you know, it's amazing how if you're somewhere that's so different from the other places you've been in your life, even at that young an age, I have an impression of it. I have a very strong impression. I remember a lot of just sights. There are things I remember that are strong, and yeah, we were at the time I lived in Pakistan. We lived there for 2 years in Karachi.
Oh.
And had friends who taught at the international school in Delhi.
In Delhi.
And so we went to visit them and took a few.
Yeah, I've been to Delhi too.
Yeah. Of course, I'm not sure exactly where we were. I know that we went on some day trips.
So Squib is from Mumbai, and it says it's 8:38 p.m. So you see, he has the 30 minutes difference.
Yep.
All right, now I'm gonna look and see where we are in terms of, because I remember this is gonna be cropped at the end, so you can see my sketch ends here, right? And if I just pump that up all the way to 100, and we can see that we're gonna crop. In fact, I'll just make a little square here so we can all see where we're gonna go with this. Boom. Alrighty. So even with the sketch turned all the way up, you're seeing it's starting to work. Okay, let's turn that off for a second. That's what we've got so far. I think we should keep moving forward. We've got, about 40 minutes left?
Exactly.
And it would be nice to address the bridge, maybe. And but I think that these mixer brushes have done the trick for the background for now. There are refinements we can make later. And the cool thing, too, is, we have that other whole set of 4 brushes that are not mixer brushes. that we can go through and,
yeah.
I don't have to use mixer brushes for everything.
For the highlight, I mean all the details you mean?
Exactly. So
That's
I
nice.
can come down and grab that Munch filbert brush or short flat brush, for example. Use the short flat for once. And why don't we turn the sketch back on? We'll pump that back down to maybe 20%, something like that, 18, 19. Let's pump that up a little bit. And I'll turn this off so I can see my palette. But now, so with any color, I mean, I can come in and do another stroke. I could grab this and I can paint on top of what I've got, so if I want a sharper look to some path coming through the sky or whatever, I can do this stuff like that, and we can use them all together. So this is really great because now you have all that control, and sky's the limit. So turn this back on, and let's look at that bridge. Now we have some neutrally business going on. We could do the same trick as what we did before. If you look at it, it's quite similar to this, isn't it?
Oh, it's
this
true.
section.
Yeah. It's more that, and at the end he added straight lines.
Correct.
See, like to fix the perspective.
Right.
On the bridge, but also on the floor.
Yeah, so that enhances
some
that
strokes.
feeling, doesn't it? Of that dynamic perspective.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and sample color from here. Keep those questions coming, by the way. I feel like people are really quiet and are people asking us questions?
They are talking about the DPI because someone is struggling with the performance of the brush. So it's okay, maybe you should try to reduce the resolution to ease the computer a little bit.
Well, it depends on your machine, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's why they are trying to help in the chat, which is very nice. And we have a question for you by Jemeja. Any stories on your experience as being a lefty, like left-handed, Kyle? Because Jemeja is also left-handed, and he struggles to draw without smudging my hand against the surface when I'm drawing.
Well, because I work digitally, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's never been a problem. It hasn't been a problem in the last, 15 or 16 years. But I hear what you're saying. Yes, growing up and being a lefty, working with charcoal and things like that or whatever, I mean, I guess I would smudge. But I just learned, well, the other thing is too, when I draw with charcoal, I don't hold my pen like this, like I'm writing a letter. Okay. I do that when I'm drawing here, but if I'm drawing on a large scale, I hold it more like a screwdriver.
Oh, okay.
And I was taught to do that in college, and it stuck. Then for details, I go in and I do this, but really most of the drawing happens this way, and that totally eliminates the problem of smudging anything.
No contact.
Yeah. Actually, when I was in Florence a week ago, I wanted to do a watercolor study of what I was looking at on this terrace, and I did actually drag my hand through the paint while it was wet, so that did happen. And
last week.
Kind of ruined it. Alas. I'm selecting that filbert dry mixer again. Increase the size a little bit. And let's go to we've got our background layer here, and select what's already there. Or maybe I'll do what we did last time. Why not? Select from this layer here some of that floor. Wink. What happens when I paint with that? Let's see. It's crazy.
Here we go.
Kind of does it already for us, doesn't it? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. No problem. Let's come up here. Paint. So I'm going to come across that. And I'm going to sample from there. Paint, paint, paint. Don't forget to zoom out a lot. You don't have to always work, don't work tight. Work on the big stuff.
I need to say that so we have some left-handed people in the chat, and they are having a hard time with the keyboard shortcuts sometimes.
Oh, lefties?
Yeah.
No, actually, I think it's better to be a lefty because with my ring finger, my middle finger, and my first finger all there, I'm always really having a good time. I'm not sure if I were righty, I'd have to have my. It works the same way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and on the right I use this thing.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because I use my left hand, so I'm like this. You see.
Huh. But okay, so I don't see what the problem would be then for either hand. But not to say that you don't have a problem. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to say. We're not. Well,
you can fix it.
Yeah.
There is hope. There is hope.
If you have an Intuos Pro or a Cintiq, you can assign hotkeys to the buttons. Mm-hmm. That can make your life a lot easier. Right? That helps. I'm going to change the mode to overlay for just a moment and see if that helps me see my lines. Oops, I just drew through that. No, it didn't work. Okay. Alright, now I'm looking at, I need some lighter bits in there, so I'm going to grab from the palette from here. Come back to my background. And paint some of that in there like this. And you might think, hey, that looks terrible. Don't worry. Sample some more color there. And then sample from the middle. Paint some of that. And then sample from over here. Paint some of that. See how fun this is? And just like that, we've got this sort of bridge section already looking pretty good. And then again, pull some of that orange from the sky into the painting so it doesn't live completely on its own like a weird isolated thing, right? Now where are those railings? Let's see, 1, 2, we have 3 railings to deal with. They're a little warmer in color, aren't they?
Yeah.
So why don't I grab this, see what that does for me.
And again, we invite you all to download these free brushes created by Kyle, based on the original Munch's brushes, and to draw your own interpretation of the screen and enter the contest. You have until July 14th to get a chance to win 6,000 euros, a trip to Adobe Max in Las Vegas, Creative Cloud and Adobe Staff subscriptions, plus the opportunity to get your artwork displayed next to the original painting of Munch in a museum in Oslo, and we will invite you to Oslo to discover the exhibition. So it's an awesome contest. If you want to enter, all the rules are on Adobe Live. On the right, there is a Munch contest tab. Just click on the tab, enter the contest, and you will get all the rules, all the details to download the brushes. Also, Kyle recorded 4 video tutorials, so have fun, and we're really excited to see, looking forward to what you will be creating. It will be awesome.
It will be. We've already seen some neat stuff.
Yeah.
And again, it can't be said enough that this prize is simply ridiculous. And to not take advantage of it would be foolish.
They're asking about the macarons.
About the what?
The macaron.
Oh, I was promised some of those. What happened?
Yeah. Where is Rufus?
Uh-oh. He's not here.
Where is Rufus?
Or maybe he's on a macaron run.
I don't think so.
No, he's gonna let us down, isn't he?
Oh my god.
Darn it. Yeah, and I didn't eat enough this afternoon. Just kidding. What's funny is I asked for some bread. Those were my du pain. I said some bread.
Yeah.
When I had breakfast. Yeah, they brought me a basket of like 5 different kinds of bread, and I said, what single human can eat this much bread? How is this good?
I can.
Can you?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Don't put bread on my table.
Oh man. I felt
Something
guilty.
I will miss in the US.
Oh yeah, they won't do that.
Yeah.
I felt guilty though, letting it go to waste. I stuffed it in the fridge in my hotel, just so you know. I just felt like this is so wasteful. I can't let this go to waste. All right, now I know these don't line up exactly right. I can tell right away, but that's okay.
We have Yannick in the chat. He's from Oslo, so Yannick, you'll be able to discover
cool.
the drawing. I mean, the artwork, whatever happens. You should take pictures. Yannick is a photographer too.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. All right, I'm gonna get that a little darker. Boom. Come over here. Size that down. And now we're gonna paint these.
The shadows.
Yeah. Again, I'm just looking at what's in the original painting, and I'm just using it as reference. So we do want people to recognize some of the items.
David, thanks for joining. You missed the start, but you will be able to watch the replay. Also, this is the second episode. Yesterday we started this painting from scratch, so you can watch the replay on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. So I invite you to subscribe. Okay, if it's not the case already, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can receive an email every time we upload a new video, such as a replay, but also every time we go live, you get a notification, which is great. And on Adobe Live, we will be live every 2 weeks, so we will be back within 2 weeks from San Francisco. It will be with photographers, and for the first time, they will take pictures live and retouch them live in the studio. It's a
Cool.
crazy project. I hope it will work.
Of course it will.
I need to rent. They sent me the list of equipment to rent. I
Oh
was
man.
Like, oh man, I don't even know what they're talking about. So yeah, it will be interesting. You will learn a lot about photography, and even if you're not a photographer, I will learn a lot. So I really invite you to join us. It will be within 2 weeks on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, July 11, 12, 13 on AdobeLive.com.
I mean, Michael, you don't know what a 36 400 DS, what a
Pro
dash,
Photo LED USB light is.
yeah. What?
What's
Everybody
wrong
knows
with you?
that. Everybody uses those things.
Man, every day. I have one on my iPhone.
I've got those in my bedroom. Don't ask. All right. Sorry. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. All right. Now, what am I doing? I'm just trying to make these sort of straight, but again, let's look at the original.
It's not straight.
It's a mess.
It's a disaster.
Total
it's
disaster.
not even a line.
It's not. Look at that thing.
Look, it's not even a line.
Why did they call this guy a master painter? He
my.
couldn't even draw a straight
He
line.
has no eye.
Jeez Louise.
I think he was blind.
Oh, so that's, well, interesting. It explains everything.
How to start a rumor. I
know.
think that Edward Moon was blind, actually.
Now this is important. I am pulling some of that sky orangey stuff into these wooden beams, right? Because you see that it's there. It's definitely there. So just here and there, just to make it sort of. We want to unite the colors. We want harmony in our colors. All right, I'm gonna turn off my sketch again. Look and see how we're doing. Ooh, it's looking kind of squeamish, isn't it? That looks familiar to me. I've seen that painting somewhere. Let's pull some of that blue in there. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Just draw some lines. And then let's crank up. Turn that up. A little wetness here and some mix. Ba-boom, ba-boom. And now we'll pull through. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, so cool.
Monascrima, yeah. I think the best one so far is the Mooncalisa.
The Mooncalisa, I think, is the
Best
one we're
one
going to
so
stick
far.
with. That really has... That's just clever. All around. Has that individual made any comments again since we started the stream? Because I'd like to say again thank you for that clever suggestion, but we don't know who it was. Do we?
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah, he said that. I saw a comment saying like they were happy that we're still using this. It starts with the O or RIB or something. Let me check.
Oops. Like make this a little more. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Gabe Acosta says that Munch should have used the shift button to draw the lines. I don't know what was happening with this Photoshop.
Shift. Maybe nobody taught him that.
OmniCube, here we go. Still watching. Yeah, thanks for the great Mooncalisa.
Yeah, that's
the best one so far.
super clever. I like that. It's a neat idea for the name. It's just right.
Gruesome Chappy, yeah, the hashtag is Adobe Live if you want to show what you're working on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I give you 5 minutes, people in the chat. If you want to draw something with the brushes and share it on Twitter, just add the hashtag Adobe Live, and in 5 minutes we will show them on the screen. Where is Rufus? We need macaron. Rufus.
Yeah, he's... Who knows? He's out there learning a 5th language. That guy.
In worst case, tomorrow we will have some. I will take care of it.
Excellent. No, but I tell you what, Rufus impresses me with his multilingual abilities. That is super cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Okie dokie. But I guess, a lot of Swiss people probably speak at least 3 languages no matter what, don't they?
I mean,
It's kind of the way it is.
they are in the middle of 3 very strong languages.
Mm-hmm.
French, Italian, and German.
Yeah, so kind of have to just learn it. Okay. Now, pull a little bit more of this neutral in there so it's not getting too orange, right? There we go. There we go. Get this a little darker up here. Like so. So it's not getting too much attention. Okay. There we go.
Ryan is asking you, can you expect a Tippecanoe brush in the new release?
Tippecanoe?
Yeah. That's your friend.
I
Again.
can't, but we can't make a brush that tips canoes unless we have the right people who've never been in a canoe before to help me design those brushes so that it tips at just the right moment for everybody to watch and laugh. Some friends of mine tipped a canoe recently, much to everyone's delight. Pretty monkey?
So monkey.
Alright. Now, I think we probably could comfortably move along to doing some of the figure.
Yeah. Silhouette.
Yeah. Let's do that. Turn this back on. Got our sketch right there. Let's see how we're doing with our crop.
Nice.
Perfect. Not leaving anything out. We're in good shape. And are we happy? Michael,
Yeah.
are you happy? I want you
yeah.
to be happy with this illustration so far. Guess
I
what I
love it.
haven't done the whole time?
No.
Command S.
No way.
How dangerous is that? Been sitting here painting for an
Especially
hour.
in the studio.
An hour and a half, yeah. No
It's like-
saving.
Oh no.
Holy cow, that's a bad idea. Okay, saved. Don't forget to save your work, friends. We didn't have any accidents here. And also, let's again enjoy this when we zoom into 100%, the painterly feel that we are getting from these brushes. And
The texture here, like
Right.
here on the, you can feel the canvas.
It's fun. I don't mean to do this to toot my own horn or anything. I just want you guys to be happy and see why this is just so much fun. Because it's so great to be able to have natural media effects right there at your fingertips. And just with one application, we're just messing around in Photoshop. That's all we're doing. Right? We're not...
Chaotic Fish is asking you, are you allowed to use the brushes, so the one you created based on Mook, for anything?
Yeah, once you have them,
Yeah,
you got
they're
them.
free.
You got them.
You can pen whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a Mook.
Now, I
That's
mean,
fine.
if you want to get really specific, you can't take the brushes and then just give them to your friends. That would be, wrong. Their friends should download them, I think, officially from the site, don't you think?
Yeah, it's better. Invite all your friends to go on the website and also so they will discover the contest. Again, there's so amazing prizes that you can win this time. One of the biggest contests in the history of Adobe.
Yeah, massive, ridiculously.
Oh, there's a work in
impressive.
progress for you, Kyle.
Oh, here we go. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Gruesome
Let's see it.
Chappie. Just a progress shot.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you can feel the texture. I mean, we
Mhm.
can recognize your brushes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice expression. I like it.
It probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway because you just never know, that clearly you can't take these brushes and resell them. That would be illegal. That would be illegal.
It would be evil.
Yeah, evil and illegal. There are copyright laws protecting these, but I guess I don't have to say that. But never hurts. Just to make things like that quite clear. You'd be surprised. The things you have to tell people sometimes. Sometimes you have to mention things that you don't think you'd have to mention.
Look, we have another one. This is Rob. He's screaming using your brushes. He's like,
Oh, and he's got, it looks like some hair and a mustache and old beard there. Goatee, kind of.
that's him. That's Rob.
Oh, I think he's come with the macaron. Oh, no, no macaron.
Oh. Yeah, we were hoping.
Hoping against hope.
Tomorrow. Come back on.
The suspense. We've really got to move on to the figure now. Let's do it. Okay. I am going to turn off the background for a second. I'm going to blend those two. That's fine. Palette. Turn off the background.
We have someone in the community also screaming. Because he cannot draw. So he says, I don't have an actual program, I just want to join in.
No problem. No problem.
I guess you can.
Thank you for being part of the group.
And also, if you want to try Photoshop CC, you can try it for free. So you can go on adobe.com.
True.
There is on adobelive.com, there is a or join Creative Cloud button. If you click on it, you can download the Photoshop for free, try it for free, download the brushes, and you will have 1 week, to start playing with it, mastering the tool, and create your masterpiece. Okay, just don't sleep, just work on it for 7 days.
No.
And who knows, maybe
sleep.
you will get the Gwen prize and 6,000 euros. And the Creative Cloud subscription, it's one of the prize. So then you will get Photoshop.
No, sleep till Oslo. No, sorry, that's really bad.
Yeah?
Little Beastie Boys there for all you
Wow.
old school folks.
Yeah, Beastie Boys.
No sleep till Oslo.
That's something. I don't know this song.
Oh, it's okay. Some people out there know it, and they're gonna give me some pretty cheesy comments in a minute, I'm sure. Tell me to be quiet and just paint. Don't make bad jokes. What's interesting is with the monk, with this painting, it's like it's painted and it's drawn a little bit. There's a little bit of line work in there as well. The way the hand connects to the face.
Even the eyes, they're almost off, almost transparent.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking of that song. No, it's kind of stuck in my head. Beastie Boys action. By the way, I am working on a separate layer right now above the background.
Oh yeah.
Taking full advantage of layers here. Why not?
Such a great feature. Layers.
What did we do before layers? What do we all do?
Oh, yeah.
We just messed up a lot, I guess.
I remember Photoshop without layers and
that was Photoshop up till
without
version
text
3,
layers,
right?
Yeah. And I remember Photoshop with only one single undo.
Oh my goodness.
In the agency.
Was it so? It was version 3 that introduced layers, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think or 2.5. Yeah, and the history, like several undos, it was super late. Like maybe Photoshop 5. No?
I think Photoshop 4 had you could go up to 20 or 50 or something like that.
Okay, so
in Photoshop. Wait, no, I take that back.
No,
I'm sorry. No.
I mean, they will know in the chat. They know everything. But I really remember like working in agencies and there was only one undo.
Good gracious. Yeah. One undo. How cruel.
It was bad.
On the other hand,
I think
people just they just were better at making decisions, right? All right, let's get this. No. Don't worry. I'm just laying in these big, heavy shapes. I will come back and I will paint in more color and all that business in here. I just want to get this silhouette knocked out, so to speak. And I have temporarily turned off my background layer so that I can clearly see the sketch layer that I have there on top of everything. I'll once again zoom in 100% so you can see the lovely textures and painterly bits and pieces that we have going on there. Every now and then, not often, I'll get a comment from someone and they'll say, why do you bother trying to replicate natural media in a digital environment? Why don't you just paint? And I love painting. Painting's great. But I also love being able to make decisions that have no real consequences.
Yeah.
You know? If I were painting completely 100% for pleasure, I wanted to go out and paint a tree, you know, and I wanted to do that en plein air with some oils. I'm not going to bring my tablet and do that. I'm going to paint, you know. But 99% of the time, I'm drawing for someone who's asking for something, you know, or it's commercial art. You got to have that flexibility. So that's why. Because if I am going to work in this environment, a digital environment, I want to have fun tools. End of story.
And then we have someone in the chat, of course, asking, why do you bother trying to replicate natural mediums? Why don't you just paint?
See?
They're paying attention.
They're just trying to be
They're
funny. That's all right.
No, Ciao, you can use these brushes to draw any picture. You own the brushes now. You do whatever you want. It's not just for the contest. If you want to pen something for a customer using the brushes, you can. Yeah. So you can say, thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Giving away these beautiful brushes.
You're welcome. Please visit my store. Buy more stuff, please.
They are not all free.
I beg of you.
Please.
Please keep me feeding my family. Support your fellow artists. Do. I think I'm gonna all of a sudden start using a different color. Just like that. Wrong layer. There we go. Whoops. Look at that. Yeah, I just felt like it had to be done.
This would be a nice plugin for Photoshop, having you singing, you know, like someone would draw and then suddenly do.
You know, yeah, thanks. My wife also says that I'm not good with silence. She says, I don't do well with that. And so, you know, her parents sometimes when they come on their visit, they don't talk as much as I do, and my wife also doesn't talk as much as I do. And my wife has pointed out to me. She said, you don't need to fill the silence all the time. You know, it's totally not necessary. Everybody's fine if you just.
Can you just stop talking for a while, please?
Yeah, I know, right? Thanks, Rufus. I'm gonna stop. Watch this. Let's see how long I can go without saying anything. Ready? Here we go.
That's good.
Silence. It's killing me. I can't do it.
Oh, Kathleen, she's working today for Abercrombie, and she convinced the graphic design team to buy your brushes.
Who? What?
Kathleen.
Kathleen. Thank you.
Such a good sales.
You really are a good person. And I'm sending you a virtual hug. Thank you.
And Lumpy Pixels, he's using your halftone brushes.
Oh,
every day.
That makes me happy because
they're so cool.
I'm proud of those. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. There. Okay. I don't want to get too detailed, because the monk painting is not.
No.
I want to be careful not to get all finicky with the folds of the clothing. You know what I'm saying?
Monk would never do that.
No, at least not in this painting. Now I've seen the thing about him is he did work across a range of styles. Yeah, you can find paintings of his that are a little more. I don't know how to describe them. More traditional, I guess. Or Realistic?
Realistic?
That's the wrong word. Yeah. Well, no, it's not. Yeah. Okay, let's grab something a little lighter there.
Oh, David just grabbed the megapack.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you,
You're going to
David.
be overwhelmed.
Thanks for supporting Kyle.
Thank you. That's the only problem, though, that with the Mega Pack is it's so many brushes that...
How many?
260 now. It'll
260.
take you a few months to find all the stuff, but on the other hand, it's super fun, so enjoy. Let me increase I'm going to do that same thing we did before. A little wetness, a little mixing action, and then come over some of this and just pull it together.
Oh, Andre Caetano says, I use real watercolors. I chose to design a white wine label recently.
Oh, cool.
And the best part is to see the paint moving along almost as like in physical paint. Painting
cool.
is the fun part. So Andre, make sure to be back tomorrow because we will demonstrate Photoshop Sketch.
Yeah.
And there is a very cool watercolor feature where you will see actually the paint moving on the paper and you have to dry it with a fan.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's, yeah.
I did a sketch for a client using that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I have it on my iPad, so I can pull that up.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah. You can show it. It's really awesome.
Love to show that. It was. I was sad it wasn't picked as the idea.
No,
no, it was not picked. But I just thought it. I thought it was a better. Yeah. So the final solution was okay. I thought it was good. It was fine, but I was much happier with that sketch than with.
It happens, you know.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. It's just part of working in commercial art. I mean, you're gonna... that happens all the time. Turn this background back on. Now I can see how we're doing. See, now I can see... Am I getting enough contrast here? Absolutely, there's plenty. I can probably tone it down in a minute. So get that hand... Let's move it there. And again, we don't want the hand to be painted with a lot of detail.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's going to look like if you saw the Batman Returns movie where Danny DeVito played the Penguin. It's going to look like that. The fingers were kind of fused together. I mean, if you look at the hand that Monk paints, the way the hands are in the face, it's really not anything about them that feels, totally realistic at all. So, this will probably be fine.
Yeah.
I might, we'll see.
That's good. Lalan is asking, can you make separate lists of brushes? In Photoshop, maybe, organize the brushes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can organize your tool presets however you like. And there's a really great plugin for that called Brushbox.
Brushbox.
By Derek Barth. He's a smart fellow who created a neat plugin for that. So check it out.
Nice. Kathleen is asking you, will you be at Adobe Max this year?
I don't know.
Probably.
I hope. In Vegas, right?
It's in Vegas this year, yeah.
That would be fun. I've never been to Las Vegas.
No?
Are you asking that because you want me to do a demo? Is that what you want? I don't know why you're asking. Or do you want to just say hello? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you want? Now I'm scared. Why do you want me to be there? What is it? What do you want from me? Okay, let's see. Now we have to make some decisions, okay, about... In the Mona Lisa, we have a certain color palette going on. In the screen, we have another color palette. We don't want the two of them not to really work or make sense together. So let me turn off this for a moment and turn this back on and just see. I'm going to change the color of that. Lock transparency.
Kathleen says she was just asking. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm just kidding. Sorry. There, that helps. Now we've isolated it. Okay.
Okay.
So we will maybe make some adjustments later.
Okay.
I just want to see is this kind of yellowy color, does it make sense with everything else? Right now it kind of seems to stand out as a bit too different, but we can knock it out. We'll see.
But maybe you need some references to the Mona Lisa too.
I have that here, so see that? I think, do we take some of the colors from there?
Oh.
Or do we just... I think it's smart to stick with this one color palette.
Yeah, it would be too much.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Once again, we're lucky because we can just change it when we want.
Yeah, it's true.
You can always change it. We are never locked in with digital painting, thank goodness. So I am going to jump ahead and just do this. Alright, throw it right in like that. And how are we doing on time, gang? We okay?
We're doing on time. We have 8 more minutes together.
8 more minutes?
Yes.
That means tomorrow we'll definitely finish this.
Yeah, you feel good about finishing
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Plus a demonstration of Photoshop Sketch on the iPad.
Totally.
You can do it.
Totally.
Oh my god, so good.
I mean,
So yeah, make sure to be back tomorrow. It will be at the same time. We will have 3 more guests today. Okay, so at the top of the hour, in 15 minutes, we will welcome Suzanne Helming, who is a digital painter from Netherlands, from Amsterdam, right? Helmich. Oh, I say Helmig. Sorry.
How did you say that, Rufus?
Helmich.
Mich.
Mich. Yeah, Helmich.
Cool. Okay. I said it wrong yesterday.
Sorry, I said Helmig. It's terrible.
Doesn't matter. We
Suzanne.
can say that we just
Let's say
can't
Suzanne.
pronounce it properly because we can't say it.
I can pronounce Suzanne pretty well.
Yes. And she is great, by the way. I watched that stream
Yeah, you were too.
partly live and then went back and watched the replay.
Mm-hmm.
I watched all of them.
Oh, okay.
I went and did the replays.
And so she will keep working on her characters from the Middle Age, heroic fantasy characters.
What I thought was cool was how she changed the facial expression of that guy.
Yeah, she worked yesterday on the facial expressions. It was super interesting. And then, so she will be live for 2 hours. Then we will welcome back Sebastien, who
Very cool.
concept artist, and he's using the photo mashing technique where he goes on Adobe stock and he starts with a sketch and then he places the pictures and he will play with the light to incorporate the pictures and then play with the light again, paint on top of it. He uses the smudge tool a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday he created this scene in a spaceship in just 2 hours. I mean, it was just magical.
That was pretty cool.
And he will create a new picture today, starting from a sketch. So,
Oh, cool.
and it will still deal with science fiction, and, because that's his universe. So he will be live for 2 hours. And then we will welcome back Therese Larsson from Sweden. She's a character designer. Yesterday she drew a horse
From nothing.
from nothing, blank page without any reference. It was just in 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a little bit nuts.
It was incredible. So I don't know what she will be doing today. We will see. Maybe she doesn't even know. She will just improvise. We'll see.
It seems like she has an encyclopedic knowledge of
Of animals, yeah.
anatomy and like bones and I mean just ridiculous. I've never seen anyone do that fast and that accurately ever. Pretty cool.
Robert, you want to access the replays? They are all on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. If you search on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel for Kyle Webster, or if you type Adobe Live, actually, it will list all the replays. And they are also on adobelive.com. On the right, there is a replays tab if you want just to access the ones from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Turn off the sketch. Turn on the block. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna be in good shape tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are gonna.
Good.
I think in the first hour we'll have this completely done, and then
Awesome.
we'll move on to looking at some iPad stuff and.
Yeah, let's do
Hopefully
that.
this has been helpful for people who've never used mixer brushes before to see what's possible. And why don't we, right before we got a couple, how much time do we have left?
3-4 minutes.
Yeah. So just again, pan around here and see, because again, I'm working zoomed out, but I have to zoom in and see these paint strokes helps you to see what's possible with mixer brushes. Super, super fun.
Yeah.
I almost feel
So
like I
good.
don't use them enough. And I noticed in the monk painting, that chin, it's almost like it's drawn in as a,
Yeah, right.
you know, it's a lot of drawing. Mixed
So
with
maybe you
paint.
can use the Filbert or the. You have a tiny one.
There's
right?
there's one here. Although again, what's great is size it down. Remember, left bracket key, right bracket key, folks. On your keyboard, you can quickly size your brush up and down. There are other key commands for doing this as well. I just happen to be a fan of that method, but
Use the one with the circle.
I don't do that. Lots of people do though. So do what you like. There's no right or wrong way to use it. I mean, everyone develops their own way of working in Photoshop. So it's just habits that get developed over time.
Talking about mobile apps, so towards if you come back tomorrow, we will do a live demonstration of these brushes on an iPad Pro with Photoshop Sketch. Photoshop Sketch is also available on Android tablets.
Oh, yeah! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Finally.
Was that's a new development? Newish?
Newish. A few months back. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's news to me.
All the Creative Cloud mobile apps now are available on Android. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, that must make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to think that gold color. There are reasons to keep it, which is for one, that's sort of apparently. It's apparent in the Mona Lisa picture. I mean, it's there. It's a noticeable thing. We'll see. We might hold on to it. We might ditch it. Okay. Wait and see. Tomorrow I'll do some other things like take the regular filbert brush, pump up some contrast back here in the water, in the sky, add the face, add the rest of the sleeve and the body. I mean, a lot of this though is quick stuff. This is quick, easy to do. Just pop a layer back there, in fact, and just do the whole silhouette right now.
Awesome. Thanks again, Kyle.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, and
that was really
we'll be back tomorrow. So again at the same time. So it will be 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. on the East Coast in the US, 4 p.m. in Paris, 3 p.m. in London. I mean, you will find your time zone. All the time zones are on adobelive.com. There is a scheduled time on the right. And stay tuned because we will be back live in 5 minutes on adobelive.com with Suzanne Elmich. That's it.
Nicely done. Well pronounced.
Yeah. And she will be also doing some live digital painting in Photoshop with the Cintiq. We should save this one, by the way.
Good idea. Command S.
Command S. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. I hope you had a good time.
Thanks for watching. And see you in about 5 minutes on Adobe Live, okay?
See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.